Awaken your power. This is Mindset Mastery.
You ever notice how some of the things you do to improve yourself are actually the very things keeping you stuck? Like, they feel healthy, they look productive, but deep down, they're just clever ways to avoid what really matters. You tell yourself you're making progress, but maybe, you're just decorating your comfort zone. Let's talk about that. Because so many of us get trapped in what I call false growth. It looks good on the surface, but underneath, you're standing still. You're busy, you're motivated, you're doing all the right things. But you're not really changing. You're just performing progress. And that's dangerous, because you start believing the lie that activity equals growth. Here's the truth. Not everything that looks healthy is actually helping you. In fact, some of your so-called healthy choices might be the very reason you're still stuck. Let's break it down. First, the productivity trap. You tell yourself, I just need to stay busy. You fill your day, check off your to-do list, keep moving non-stop. But have you ever asked yourself why? Sometimes, staying busy is just a distraction from what you're afraid to feel. You work late, not because you love your job, but because silence makes you anxious. You chase goal after goal because slowing down would mean actually facing what hurts. See, productivity feels good because it gives you the illusion of progress. But real growth doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing what matters. The uncomfortable things. The things that force you to face your truth. So ask yourself, are you being productive? Or just avoiding pain through motion? Second, the positive vibes only mindset. You tell yourself, I'm just trying to stay positive. You avoid conflict. You suppress emotions. You keep smiling no matter what. Sounds healthy, right? But here's the thing, positivity without honesty is just denial. You can't heal what you refuse to feel. When you keep pretending everything's fine, you're just burying the pain deeper. And buried pain doesn't disappear. It festers. Being positive isn't about avoiding hard feelings. It's about facing them, with courage. True peace doesn't come from pretending you're okay. It comes from admitting you're not, and working through it anyway. So stop hiding behind good vibes. Because real strength doesn't look like constant smiles. It looks like emotional honesty. Third, the self-help obsession. You read every book. You follow every guru. You watch all the motivational videos. And yet, you still feel empty. Why? Because consuming self-help isn't the same as living it. Learning can become a safe addiction. A way to feel like you're improving without ever changing. You tell yourself, once I learn enough, I'll start. But you never do. You keep preparing for a version of yourself that never shows up. Growth doesn't happen in your head. It happens in your actions. You don't need another podcast episode. You need to practice what you already know. So stop collecting wisdom like trophies. Start applying it. Start living it. Fourth, the comfort of boundaries. Now don't get me wrong, boundaries matter. They protect your peace. They create space for healing. But sometimes, people use boundaries as walls. You say, I'm protecting my peace. But really, you're protecting your fear. You cut people off, not because they're toxic, but because they challenge you. You isolate yourself in the name of self-care. But deep down, it's just another way to avoid discomfort. Real growth doesn't happen in isolation. It happens through connection, through tension, through learning to stay when it gets uncomfortable. So maybe, it's time to ask yourself. Are your boundaries helping you heal, or keeping you hidden? See the pattern? All these things, productivity, positivity, self-help, boundaries. They're not bad. They're tools. But tools only work when you use them with awareness. The moment you start using them to escape yourself, they turn into traps. And here's the scary part, those traps feel good. They make you feel safe. They make you feel in control. But control isn't freedom. Real freedom comes when you stop running from discomfort. When you stop chasing what feels healthy and start choosing what's actually healing. You grow when you stop hiding behind progress and start facing the truth. So here's the takeaway. Stop mistaking motion for meaning. Stop chasing the illusion of better just to avoid feeling broken. And stop calling your escapes self-improvement. Because the truth is, growth doesn't always feel good. Sometimes it feels confusing, heavy, painful. But that's what makes it real. So if you feel stuck right now, maybe it's not because you're failing. Maybe it's because you've been too focused on looking healthy, instead of being honest. So let me ask you. Which healthy habit is keeping you stuck right now? Is it busyness? Positivity? Overthinking? Isolation? Drop your answer in the comments. Because awareness, that's the first step to breaking free. If this message hit you, don't just scroll away, sit with it. Hit that like button, share it with someone who needs a wake-up call. And subscribe for more content that challenges your comfort zone and helps you grow where it actually matters. Because you don't need to look healed. You just need to be brave enough to face what hurts. And let that honesty set you free.